What's up, you guys? I'm Shaney Washington, Creative Brand Strategist, and welcome back to Transformation Conversations, where I'm going to be answering questions about my six-figure entrepreneurial journey by answering questions in this jar. So let's go on ahead and pick a question. Get it all in there. Okay, let's see. Okay, how do you create a low ticket offer that doesn't give away everything in the high ticket? Okay, so the first thing you need to understand are what are the things that goes into creating an offer. So one, you need to confirm and understand what the transformation is that you are offering. Like, what is it? And also, how does your product or service give them that transformation? You have to be clear on that, because there's no way you could communicate why they need to buy your digital product or your course or your program or whatever if you can't say exactly what it is that your program does that provides the transformation. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you need to know exactly who is going to benefit from this transformation. Like, who is it that you're trying to sell this to? And that's typically where a lot of the problem comes in with many entrepreneurs, is that they don't understand what is the purpose behind creating an avatar or behind defining who your target audience is. It's so important. And you have to understand, more important than the demographics in terms of how old are they, where do they live, are they married, things like that. Those things are important, but even more so, you need to understand the psychographics, like what is their psychology, what is the things that are keeping them up at night. And I know you've heard that before, but let me explain. So you need to know what are the pain points that they're having by not having this transformation. And then you need to list out those pain points, but then you need to figure out, okay, how do they want to feel after having this transformation? Those are what we call their desires. How is this going to impact their life? You want to be able to talk to that in your messaging, in your marketing, right? So you have to understand where these people are going to find information. And do they know that whatever this transformation you're offering, do they know that they even need it? Do they know that it's even a problem? And if they don't know that it's a problem, and that means that you have to work on bringing awareness to the problem before you bring awareness to your solution. Because if they don't know it's a problem, what exactly are we doing here? So I think that's the biggest hang up that most of y'all get trapped on, is not knowing enough about who your target is and the things that matter to them. So you have to understand, what are they typing into Google? What are they typing into YouTube? Who are they following on Instagram? Who are they subscribed to on YouTube? What kind of podcasts are they listening to? Because they are trying to find the answer. In most cases, they're trying to find the answer to whatever this problem is. So you have to know where to go to find them, right? And you also need to know where to go to see more people like them who's asking questions in these other people's comments and all of this stuff and under other people's videos that may be providing an answer, but you may have another point of view. All right. So, knowing who your target is. The next thing you absolutely need to have, if you have them, are reviews, testimonies, case studies, proven framework, right? That your product or service actually works. Now, can you sell without having them? Absolutely. But it makes life a whole lot easier if you do have them. So, getting back to the question. So, there's more things that go into creating an offer, but I'm trying to keep it high level right now. And the question specifically asks how to create a low ticket offer that doesn't give away everything in a high ticket. So, if you have your high ticket already mapped out and planned out, and you don't have a following, right? Meaning that you don't have a whole lot of people signing up for this high ticket offer, you need to take one piece out of that high ticket, or you need to take one pain point before they get, like one pain point that they need to overcome before they get to the high ticket pain point. You need to pick one and you turn that into your low ticket offer, right? So typically high ticket offers, it gets you from point A, let's say, to point D, right? A low ticket will typically only cover, let's say, point A, from A to B. That's it, right? And that's okay. And typically low ticket offers should be also low energy offers, meaning that you create that thing one time and you sell it, because you want to reserve your energy for the high ticket offers, right? So whether you're recording video, whether you're doing an ebook, whether you're doing a special audio something, a audio series, whether you're doing a mini course, which those are really popular now, mini courses that you have to subscribe to every month for a low price. It's the same information in there, but they give you access to it and you just pay for it every month to have the access. And then you get to build community, you get to add them to your Facebook group, you have them on your email list and all the things, right? So, but typically all of those things, they just cover from point A to B. So, you need to know inside and out your framework. You need to know inside and out how are you getting clients from point A to B, from point B to C, from point C to D, from point D to E, and E to F. You need to know inside and out how you do that, because if you know inside and out how you do that, creating a low ticket offer won't be hard, because you already know how to do it. And if you're struggling to do that, then that means that you have not mastered your framework yet, and you still need to work on it. You may still need to test it out. You may need to do some pro bono work to get some real results from real people. Typically, one of the follow-up questions I get is, I don't know how to not give everything away in the low ticket, and like what will make them want to still buy the high ticket. And my response is to give it away. Give it away, because you don't have anybody booking your high ticket anyway right now. Nobody's booking it. And to be honest, and I heard this on a podcast before, if you can't talk Like if you run out of stuff to talk about the topic that you're saying that you're a subject matter expert in, if you're running out of stuff to talk about, then you're not a subject matter expert yet. You need to go learn more stuff. You need to learn more techniques. You need to learn more angles, more perspectives to talk about, right? So we should never be worried about running out of stuff to talk about. And honestly, even if you're staying in your lane, y'all, if you follow some of your favorite entrepreneurs, your favorite influencers, they typically talk about the same thing. When they go live on Instagram, on their webinars or whatever, they're talking about the same thing that's typically in their courses, that's typically in the paid, like the stuff that's behind the paywall is typically the same stuff. They may just go a little bit more in detail, but it is the same information. But you know why they do that? Because they know that there are some people that's not going to execute. They could keep telling you the same thing over and over and over and over. They give you the blueprint. They give you the answer. They're telling you exactly what to do. But you are going to sit there and question every single thing that they tell you instead of just doing it and just trying it to see if it works for you. Not everybody's solutions is for everybody. But you have to be open to testing and trying before you say that it doesn't work. But you know what works is when you make the decision to stop complaining and to stop questioning and to just do it, then you can make an informed decision to say, okay, this works for me, or only pieces of this works for me, you know? So if that's what's happening with you when you're consuming content, it's the same thing for the people that are consuming your content. Exact same thing. So give it all to them. Give it to them. Because you want them to say, damn, if it's this good for free, I can't imagine how good it is behind this $1,000 or behind this $2,500 program or behind this $5,000 VIP day. You want them to say that. But the only way they could say that is if you provide the value. Provide the value. But it all comes down to you need to understand what the solution is that you're offering. You need to understand it inside and out. Because a lot of the times what I feel is that while we're selling the solution, we're trying to figure it out as we go. And that's not how it should be. Figure out your framework first. Test your framework. Test it. Test it with real people, with real businesses, with real problems, and get real results. Whether those results are good or bad, you'll know before you start charging high prices for it. So, my advice, in short, is to take them from A to B and to understand your framework and how you take them from A to F, inside and out. That's how you're able to kind of safeguard the information that you want to safeguard. And that's how you're able to still provide value and still make your audience feel like you give a damn. Like you have the answer. In most cases, y'all do have the answer. You have the answer. But if they feel like you're holding back, they're never going to buy from you because you haven't developed that trust. They're just going to feel like, oh, they're just trying to sell to me, or they just want my money. Well, one, you know that nobody's in business just to be in business and not to make money. People know that, but they don't want to feel like they're only being used as a transaction. So, a lot of this goes into brand experience and all of that stuff, but that's a conversation for another day. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in to Transformation Conversations, and I hope this was helpful. Please follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the things. It's Shaney Washington. And also, if you have questions that you want to go in this jar, then just put them in the comments, and I will be sure to drop it in the jar. All right, you guys, see you next time.